I'm going to put the ending first and go backwards in time. This is a video of a bunch of days put together. I just completed a double shop for UberEats from the Freeport Target. When I got into the store, I started shopping for the first order that I took, that I accepted, and then they added another one while I was in store. I reviewed it. It was only 2 items, and I said yes. I get to the cashier, and there's a problem. And this has happened before. I think next time I will close the app, open it up, and go to the first order that I shop for first, instead of following the directions in the app, because it wouldn't allow me to pay for the first order that I shop for, but it allowed me to pay for the second order. I couldn't get a receipt. It wouldn't accept the payment through the card, so I used my own money. Now, I say it was about 10 minutes of, the woman printed out the receipt. She said, no problem. Just go over there. When you're ready, they scan it. The person looking over the self-checkouts, because now I'm doing Uber and I can use self-checkout, and I was bagging as I was scanning. It was perfect. But when it came to payment, the app was all glitchy. And I followed the instructions. So the woman that's watching over the self-checkout area says this happens all the time with Uber. So I sit at the table, I call up Uber, and we get to the point of, at first I was like, what? And she goes, we'll pay you back immediately. This is how it worked. I used my card. And she was like, you will call back. I said, hey, I'll use my own money if you stay on the phone with me. I don't want to call back and go through the whole spiel again. Do it now. You wait with me on the phone. I'm willing to do it, but I wasn't calling back. She said yes. She stayed on the line with me. It went quick. So then she said, okay, I just sent you an email. You click the link or the box in the email and take a snapshot of the receipt showing that I paid for it. And they immediately put the money in my account. So that's how that worked, because I already shopped, and it was an easy shop. It was a $16 payout, a couple of towns away drop off. It was an easy shop. I bought a bunch of those Celsius drinks, bananas and strawberries. That's what I bought. And the other one was a case of water and an 8-pack of Gatorade. This should be easy peasy. This has happened before in a CVS. Shopping a double order for Uber twice. This happened twice. So I think the next time I'm going to close the app completely, reopen it, and pay for the first order that I accepted. Because all 3 times that happened, they added an order while I was in the process of shopping, and I accepted it. And then there's a problem at the cashier, at the register, going, doing your thing, you got to pay. So I did do that. So I already got my money in my account. But the thing here is, and I will be writing them, I will do it on my laptop. Does that count as income? Because it was $51. I want to know if that counts as income, because I'll never do that again. I was already in it. She made it easy. She said, yes, I'll stay on the phone with you. As long as you stay on the phone with me, I can do it. And they gave me my money back immediately. I said, don't hang up yet. I want to see it in my account. And she did. So that's how this double shop went with UberEats. I just wanted to shop. I want to walk around. I want to be around people. I don't want to just drive around, and to earn money. Not all the time. So that's what happened. Stay tuned for the rest of the video. We're going to go back in time. I shut off GrubHub. This is what happened. I went out late afternoon. I forget exactly what time I left. It took me an hour to pick up 2 orders and deliver 2 orders. And I completed one before that. On the way to that 17 and change payout. Very low miles, just a couple of towns. Anyway, I get to the first place. No problem, they were finishing up the order. Oh, great. I don't mind waiting 3 to 5 minutes. they're busy. But they were at least halfway completed. I'm sorry if it's a little uneven. Sorry about that. So I have to multitask. I'm going to an area. I want to check out Walmart and Shipt. So I go to the second pickup. I was supposed to pick up at 3:41. I texted the customer at 4:03, letting them know that a drink was missing. Now, when I first got there, the kid had a horrible attitude. It was just a small, privately owned place, someplace in Belmore. Okay, I had to change my tone so he would wake up and respect me a little differently. You know, that's how I felt. So I work with them. He goes, it'll be a few more minutes. Oh, okay. Again, hey, gotta wait 5 minutes. That's the way it is. So I'm standing to the side. I said, you know, after like 7 minutes, I'm going to go shut off my car. He did say a few minutes. So I'm assuming that they at least had the order half prepared already. And they didn't. They waited till I got there to start the order. So I didn't leave until 5 minutes after 4. When I was supposed to pick it up at 3:41. So then I say thank you. I do the deal. I went back to my car. I even sat in my car for 5 minutes. And I was like, oh gosh. So I went back in. They were wrapping it up. I said, okay, thank you very much. Of course, respectful. And the app's telling me, did they include the drink? So I turn around and I go, you know, is the drink in the bag? He goes, no, we don't have the drink. Okay. So the app is forcing me to say that I have the drink. I don't have the drink. But when I got to the car at 3 minutes after 4, I made sure I texted the customer to let them know that I did ask about the drink, and they told me that they took it off the order. You get it, right? So I wanted to send them a message so it's on file that I did ask about the drink. The app did force me to say I had the drink. I didn't have the drink. And if they get charged for something that they didn't receive, at least they can get a credit for future orders. You know what I mean? Oh, God, exhausting. So I shut off GrubHub. I'm grateful, you know, I don't know, I earned $24 in an hour and 15 minutes. Anyway, because of the other order before that, brought me to that location, and then they sent me that double pickup for 17 and change. 22 and change for 3 orders. So I'm going to a location. I'm going to give it a go. I'm hoping, I would prefer to be shopping and delivering. And it's just what I would rather be doing. So I'm hoping to get a couple of shop and delivers with Walmart and with Shipt. That would be great. I'm really happy I forced myself to go out today. Because I'm probably not going to work tomorrow. I thought I had it in me, and I have a very busy week coming up, and I'm going to squeeze in working 3 hours here, 3 hours there. That's exhausting. It is exhausting, but at least I could get what I need to get done and still earn income. And I'm probably going to work next weekend too. As of now, I won't be going out tomorrow. It shouldn't be that difficult. You know, it just, why was it so hard to accept an order in the middle of an order and pay for it? Why was it so hard to pay for it? You know, difficult. So the money was not added to my earned income for the day. They just put it in my account. And, you know, that's it. I'm just doing what I got to do. I don't want to share too much online because I learned my lesson. So I plan on looking, you know, not being in my car tomorrow. It gets to you. So that's that. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. It's from yesterday and the day before. and I did the video backwards. I'm looking forward to going upstairs and not seeing this car till Monday afternoon. I plan on working a few hours and then I have stuff to do. So until the next video clip, have a good one. Bye for now. I accepted a late night delivery. I came out for a little while to work. So I just made it. But I didn't know that Shipt. I heard some kind of notification while I was cruising. And they say late deliveries create a poor customer experience. If you're running late, experienced shoppers recommend reaching out to the customer to let them know. For more pro tips on delivering on time. Oh, I get it. I did tell them I was on my way because I came out for a little while tonight. I didn't head out until like 5:45. I earned a few bucks, and I said, well, there's no traffic. It's very eerie. It's going to be an eerie weekend like this. Very foggy, damp, gray out. Nobody's on the road tonight. So I flew to the Levittown Target. I was already in Montauk on Merrick Road. So the drop-off was in my town. So it was $17.88. And it had liquor. So I cruised the shop. And I tapped arrived at 1 minute after 10. Usually they'll say that's on time. I think they have a little window. I have to learn more about that. But when I got to the drop-off, I had to text the person and let them know that I'm here and I needed to scan an ID. And the woman was very, very cautious. Like she didn't want to open up our door. And she put the license up to the, it was like a window, screen door. And I tried, and I said, no, I need to hold your license, ma'am. She's like, okay. And she let me hold it. They had a light on, which is good. And I did it. And I also had to ask her to sign. And they have a new thing going on. You must show the customer this notice that they're using their information when they scan their license and stuff. And she was like, fine, fine, fine. I was like, would you like me to hand you the stuff, ma'am? She was definitely older than me. And it was quiet and, it's nighttime. I didn't get there till 10. It's night. Different. It's very eerie and quiet out. She was like, no, I'll get it. Thank you. She didn't really want to open up a door. However, we got through it. I did deliver Mike's Hard Lemonade. And when I left Target, I did send them the notification I was on my way. And I flew there and I just made it. So I'm just going to record what I do over the weekend. Put together a condensed recap of the weekend. Today is Thursday. I came out for a little bit. I plan on pushing it all weekend. At least half a day. I'm going to go out during prime time. I don't want my time wasted. And I'm happy I waited to go out because when I did come out tonight, my time wasn't wasted. There was orders. There was offers. I did a little GrubHub, a little Uber, and I squeezed in a Target. I tried to accept a Walmart Spark, but it didn't ring. So that's what I did tonight. So we'll see what Friday brings, Saturday and Sunday. All right, it's Friday. Today I went out during the day for about maybe 2.5 hours, and I stayed very local, and I got a handful of Ubers. Kept the miles real low. I said no to a delivered. They sent me an offer that I've done before. Montauk pickup, Valley Stream right in front of the Green Acres Mall drop off, and it paid even worse. The last time I did it was $30, and I said it's got to pay a little more. This time they sent it out for $25. I declined it. I don't care about being premier anymore. I discussed that with my friend Rob, via text. He sent me a voice text. And I understand what he's saying, but I also don't want to live and breathe for delivered anymore because, when I did, it didn't get me more. So Rob's been taking the one that's been $60 to an accounting firm across the street from the courthouses in, I guess, Mineola it is. He's been doing that. Now, I did that last year a lot. I mean, I was doing it 3 times a week. But you see, if you don't say yes to almost everything, then they start taking things away from you. That's okay. If I get a couple a week, back burner when it's busy, I'll be like your busy extra person. I don't miss giving my mid-mornings. I don't know why this is going out. Mid-mornings anymore to a scheduled delivery unless you're paying me for my time. And $25 to set time aside to pick up food from Wantor, drive to Green Acres. It's just not worth it. I bopped around town. I kept the miles really low, went out when I wanted to, and I had orders today, and then I came home. I didn't waste time in the middle of the day. Once I sensed the lunch rush was over, which I haven't done that in a while, just the way I did it very locally, I came home, did some stuff, and I went back out and did something for myself, and I squeezed in a couple of GrubHubs, a couple of Ubers, and I just completed a Shipt, and I'm calling it a night. It's 10 o'clock. But I was home during the day. So that's how my day went today. This is Friday. I'm going to stay motivated for many different reasons for tomorrow and Sunday, at least a half a day. So let's see what those days bring.